Good morning, guys. It is Monday, November 20th, 2023. This is my first video since probably March. It has been a tumultuous year, and given the fact that this was a new YouTube channel and I was supposed to be posting every day, I have not done very well. So I am going to try to get back into it. A lot has changed in 1 year, a lot with my business and a lot in my personal life, all for the better. I can't complain. It's just it's been very busy, and because of that, I have not been able to post every day like I wanted. So hopefully, this is the start of a new year for me in that regard, and I'll be posting more often. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm just going to pretend like this isn't my first video in 7, 8 months. So let's get into it. So there's a lot of interesting stuff happening in the market. The Dow is slightly down pre-open, but it's still at very, very record highs. 34,983 is where it closed on Friday. S&P is up, Nasdaq's up, all that is up. Oil is up, but actually still kind of down relative to where it was. I don't know if it's the same for you guys where you are. Here in Utah, gas prices are down substantially, and that is interesting that that's happening into winter. I have not found a good reason of why that is happening. It just seems to be that is the trend. It is unusual, and I still have not figured out why gas prices, or I should say oil prices, are falling. In other news, my favorite indicator, gold, is still a little high. As you know, I always use gold as an indicator on the thermometer of the economy. Gold is still high. It's at 1973. That is a place I don't like it at. As I've said before, gold is often an indicator of how the economy is doing. If it gets above 2,000, that's where we have to worry. It's at 1972 right now, so it's higher than where I'd like it to be. Other than that, all is kind of quiet on the Western front. A couple interesting things that have happened in regards to OpenAI. I follow AI just like everyone else. I'm not too heavy into it, but Sam Altman was kicked out of OpenAI. Then for a second, it seemed like he might be coming back, and then now he's been hired as the head of AI department for Microsoft. The reason he was let go from OpenAI is unclear. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in that regard, and I don't think we're getting the full truth. Some people have said it's because he was being too aggressive and moving too quickly. That explanation does not make any sense. I think you would want that in a CEO of an AI company, not to mention when everybody is pushing for heavier and heavier use of AI, it would make sense that you would want someone who is pushing the gas pedal and try to accelerate AI as much as possible. So it does not make any sense to me. If you actually scour Reddit and Tumblr and 4chan and all those dark, dark places on the internet, you'll find that there's actually a lot of rumors about his personal life. I'm not one to spread rumors, but that he's got a lot of personal demons, and that could be the reason that he was let go, including some allegations of sexual misconduct in those forums. I don't know if that's true, but I think that makes much more sense than he's being too aggressive with AI. I think whatever happened, I don't think it's a professional issue. I think it's entirely a personal issue. I don't know what that personal issue is. I don't know if it is sexual misconduct in nature or if it's something where just he doesn't get along with the board. But to say that he's being let go because of aggressive nature of pushing AI does not make any sense. By the way, got my cup of coffee here. Oh, by the way, Octane Coffee Company. That's what I've been drinking lately. It's an amazing coffee. It's locally made here in Utah. OctaneCoffeeCompany.com. I will put their information in the description. It's a really good coffee. It's car themed. It's delicious. It's locally roasted. I really like that, and I'm drinking it every day now. So I will throw that into the description. So yeah, that's just with AI. I thought that was weird. I thought that was very weird. There's no way he's being let go for professional reasons. It's definitely personal. All right, next story. Get my coffee. Retail sales are expected to be down again this year as they were last year. I don't think that's a surprise to anyone given the fact that there was overproduction. I think this is a bigger factor of overproduction than actual spending. Spending is still very high. Travel is at an all-time high again. Month after month, travel keeps exceeding expectations. And that's the other reason of why sales could be down. People are buying more trips. This is still post-COVID. Boeing has been upgraded. Every single travel stock is being upgraded. So it's not a surprise that retail is going to be down. People are spending their money differently. This is just another thing to cope with, because this isn't just a move from retail to online. Online sales are expected to be down as well. So even though this is quote unquote bad, I don't think this is a bad sign for the economy. I think this is just a sign that we are moving from spending on material things to spending more on travel post-COVID. I think that's totally to be expected. CEOs are using a new word called choicefulness, I believe is the new term, where retailers are being very choosy with how they're spending their money. A bunch of CEOs have brought that up in their quarterly meetings. So that's the word of the day, choicefulness. So I think people are being very choiceful with how they're spending their money. They're just spending it in different directions. I don't think spending is going to be down overall. The other interesting story, so this is actually probably the most interesting story of the day. It's also probably the one that affects us least personally. But the reason I bring it up is because I think it's kind of groundbreaking. So I don't know how much you follow Argentina, but Argentina has had some major elections. Now, Argentina has for a while been a socialist country, and not a very efficient socialist country. We're not talking Sweden. We're not talking Norway. We are talking third world socialism. I myself know very much about that. As you can see the flag in the background, I often get comments about that. I don't think people understand the tongue-in-cheek nature of that. I was born in the former Soviet Union, so I can tell you about the horrors of the Soviet Union just as well as anybody else can. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But Argentina has been a socialist country for a very, very long time. And it has kind of destroyed the economy. Much of the migration over the border, I don't want to say a lot, but there is a lot of migration over the border that is coming from Argentina. People aren't migrating from Mexico as much as they used to. That's kind of a stereotype. Mexico is doing very well. Mexico is kind of the dark horse right now because its economy is growing. It's got a very well-trained, intelligent populace. There's constant investment. I mean, every single car company wants to move down there. That's been kind of the contention of the labor disputes a few months ago, was that they want to move down there. The labor there is very appetizing. It's very inexpensive. It's less expensive in China. The trade route is very simple because so many things can cross a border in the day. Geographically, it makes it less expensive to transport. So it is a very good idea to invest in Mexico. Mexico is going to be where a booming economy is going to be for the next 20 years. So people aren't migrating from Mexico as much as they are used to. It's from places like Guatemala, Argentina, Colombia. That's where a lot of the migration is coming from south of the border. And Argentina is where a lot of people are migrating. Even actually personally on my business side, we've had candidates applying for work visas through Argentina because they also have a very well-trained economy. That's kind of almost the sad thing about Argentina is they have a very good they have the very good fundamentals of economy, but they don't actually have good management of that economy. So they have oil deposits. They used to be a net exporter. They have since dropped drastically. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but they used to export oil, net oil yearly. Now they are, I think, a net importer. They are just mismanaged across the board. They have a well-trained workforce, but the inflation rate, I found numbers as high as 220% per year, 220% a year, as low as 140. So they are in a state of hyperinflation. So that is impossible to run an economy on, no matter how well trained your workforce is, no matter how well you have, how many oil reserves or mineral deposits you have. There's no way you can manage an economy with 220% inflation. So the president they had elections recently, and I'm pronouncing the guy's name incorrectly. I believe it's Milei, M-I-L-E-I. He has just won a re-election. He has just won the presidency. He is a populist candidate. Populism is, of course, sweeping the entire world. But he has a very interesting plan. He wants to destroy the central bank of Argentina. I can't say I blame him. And he wants to dollarize the entire economy. So in other words, the entire economy of Argentina would run on the U.S. dollar. This is actually great for the United States because it strengthens our currency, and it will actually help reduce inflation. it is just incredibly difficult to implement. He hasn't actually said how he's going to do this. He would have to essentially either trade for dollars, purchase dollars, come up with some sort of program with the Biden administration or whoever the administration would be that follows the Biden administration. But that is not easy to do because he would have to convert every. So imagine this: you have $20 in your wallet. How do you convert that $20 from an Argentinian dollar to a American dollar, especially with inflation rate being rampant? Nobody wants your Argentinian dollar, so you're going to have to probably come up with some sort of method of converting that through a direct deal with the Biden administration or the future X administration. I would not be surprised if oil is the way they go. Everybody always wants it. They have it. It would probably also mean, I would imagine, handing off control of the oil in the country to U.S. companies in order to manage it, because clearly Argentinian companies, or Argentina, I should say itself, I think they are government owned, cannot manage their own oil reserves. So I would imagine that they hand over control of oil, and in return they dollarize their economy. I don't see how else they would do this, because how else do you purchase that many dollars in an environment where you're facing 220% inflation? It just doesn't make sense. That's pretty much it. So today's kind of low key, nothing too crazy. I've got to get going to work, but I thought that this would be my first post coming back after this long hiatus, and hopefully I get much better with it. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanksgiving is coming up. I will be posting hopefully again tomorrow, and then I will be posting, tomorrow is Tuesday. I will possibly be posting Wednesday, and then I will actually be traveling for the holiday. So I probably won't be back at that point until Monday. Hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy. See you later.